No, don't worry, he was actually fine because the company he works for keeps their employees' souls on site in little mason jars. So now we're almost at the end of the IGF Awards. Please be upstanding for a man who is obligated by guilt to show up anywhere we ask him to until Monaco is done. To give out this year's grand prize, let's welcome last year's Seumas McNally winner, Andy Schatz.
Hi, everyone. When you're independent for long enough, you start to lose track of what's going on in the...
Thank you. Go ahead. No, we're just...
You guys can have my awards if you want them.
Go ahead.
You don't have last year's trophy on you.
You start to lose track of what's going on in the real world. In the real world, people build big things. Big airplanes, big cars, big houses. The real world breeds big livestock, builds big cruise ships. And the real world creates big, beautiful games. Games with 300 hours of gameplay and trillions of subscribers. In the real world, microtransactions make macro profits and a million-unit seller is a failure. In the real world, bigger is better. When you're indie for long enough, you learn to become myopic. You learn to make little things. Selling one unit is thrilling. I'm serious. I know an indie who lived out of his car in Mexico, stealing Wi-Fi while parked outside internet cafes. Who can expect to make it big on a corporate strategy like that? The IGF is not intended to make a small thing big, though. The IGF is our moment to remind the world that there's beauty hidden in the shadow of the big cars, the big houses, the big livestock, and the big games. The IGF reminds the world that the flower is as beautiful as the forest, and the discovery of a diamond is as worthwhile a pursuit as the discovery of a mountain. Big or small, the games that are nominated for this year's Seumas McNally Grand Prize all had humble origins, all touched us in unique ways. Here are the nominees for the Best Independent Game of the Year.
Seumas McNally Grand Prize. Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Developed by Frictional Games. Thomas Grief. Jens Nielsen. Desktop Dungeons. Developed by QCF Design, Danny Day. Rodin Joubert, Mark Luck. Minecraft. Developed by Mojang, Marcus Persson. The rest of the Mojang crew. Spy Party. Developed by Chris Hecker. Nidhogg. Developed by Messhoff, Mark Essen, Greg Fox.
And the winner of the Seumas McNally Grand Prize is Minecraft.
As I said, it kept growing, and after a while, I hired a bunch of people, and we started a company together. Now we're moving on to even more things, and we're making, well, we're actually going to finish Minecraft at some point, I think. And so that's a big thank you for everyone who's really supported me when I was working on it on my own, like my old bosses, and especially my girlfriend, who's not my fiancée. And everyone who's ever made a game or played a game, you're awesome. Welcome.
I'll tell you what, I'm supposed to stay impartial, but it really warms my heart to see those guys win because they had a really tough year. Yeah, they could use the cash. That is it for this half of the evening's proceedings. You know, before we go, we would like to once again thank our partners in making tonight possible. Platinum sponsor Crytek, gold sponsors Microsoft and LucasArts, official IGF distribution partner Direct to Drive, hardware sponsor OnLive, and platform sponsor Transgaming, as well as Transgaming. As well as Platinum Student Showcase sponsor DigiPen Institute of Technology, and Gold Student Showcase sponsors Anjmin and Westwood College. Thanks to DJ Charlie Malone, who's been playing music all night, everybody. Yeah. And of course to GameSpot for our second year of streaming the whole awards online. My personal thanks to Max Scoville, Aaron Robinson, Revision 3, and John Rivera. Finally, thanks to our perennial sponsors, GameOfSuture.com, Game Developer Magazine, and of course our wonderful audience both here in-house and watching the live stream tonight. Thank you guys. I'm Anthony. If you had fun tonight, please check out my show at Bytejacker.com. And the Game Developers Choice Awards are next. So if you were wondering which game last year had the most innovative Space Marine or the best boob physics, you are going to want to hang tight. I am kidding. They have not given out the boob physics thing in like 2 years.